Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
We're excited to go Mr. Jones Stadium, play down there. We haven't had much luck down there, in the last – Bobby did. Bobby won 3 in a row, and then we re-signed that 10-year contract. And, we've won down there, and since I've been here, and we played in there 3 times. We'd like to even up the score if we can.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock! You gotta let me fly!
And Tommy Kraft.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Light the candle!
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this, cowboy?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those Hawks!
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's the Morning Rush with the 2 producers, Colton and Christian. In Ty and Tommy's absence this morning, appreciate you guys listening. It's a Football Friday here on the Morning Rush. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got our Fence Man picks coming up in a little bit. But, Colton, how's it going, man?
Man, it's going great. Happy to be here today. Thankfully that, Tommy's doing usual business stuff as per usual. He's got to run this empire that we have here. But Ty, Christian, it appears we finally have enough blackmail to kick Ty out of the spot you're sitting in today. We've got him, so he'll be sequestered for a couple more weeks, it seems like. Now, he's
going to step his game up, right?
Step his game up. We might Wally Pip him. Who knows? But no, we're excited to be here today. I know I sure am. It should be a good show. Looking forward to it. We got Clay Henry coming on from 10 to 11. Can't wait to hear what Clay thinks about the game coming up. It should be a good one, man.
Give us your calls and texts this morning throughout the show. We've got a lot to get into, really. And first of all, I feel like it's good to mention this. There's a serious weather event kind of happening. We're in the midst of it right now.
Crazy stuff.
Hurricane Helen. It's a Category 4. I think it hit landfall last night in Florida. So, assuming that's going to escalate as that goes along, and I think it's going to hit the tip of Arkansas. If I saw right, it's going to go into Jonesboro eventually. But it's, praying for those people. I know I've already seen videos of people having to be saved, and it's crazy. And
absolutely, thoughts and prayers for everybody that's involved and in the line of that. We hope that you're able to get somewhere safe and that you can evacuate. Everything goes well there for you. Christian, let's hit that opening drive. What do you say?
Let's hit it.
Oh, never mind. I guess it didn't play this time around. Well, it had some clips on there.
All right. Well, we've got a big football game on Saturday with Arkansas and Texas A&M.
Arkansas and A&M today, baby. Woo.
And we'll get to that. Another team that plays in that stadium, the Cowboys Stadium, is the Dallas Cowboys, and they had a game last night. Was kind of a snoozer. Colton, it
was a pillow fight more or less. The Giants kicked 5 field goals?
They kicked 5 field goals. It was 20-15, and they really had a chance to win that game. But I think Dallas kind of they did enough to win. I think the Giants actually played really well for them. They're a bad football team. They've got issues. Dallas, I don't know if they overlooked the Giants or what. They may just have their own issues this year, but they were able to get the win. It's a NFC East division win, and I know the Cowboys usually handle business against the Giants, and last night was no different in a 20-15 win. Could have been an embarrassing loss for the Cowboys.
Absolutely. CeeDee Lamb had a huge touchdown last night too. It was a big 55-yard bomb.
Yeah, that was encouraging to see. Still some offensive woes they're going to have to fix, but I tell you what, that Brandon Aubrey.
Oh, dude, the 60-yard field goal, what a bomb. I got it right here.
60-yarder. Aubrey's kick. Yep. Does it again from downtown Jersey City. Bangs it through.
Take that opening
Back
drive
on
now,
3.
Christian.
Dallas leading. Here goes Lamb. He gets spring on the inside. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown.
Daly, quick pitch out. That's Noah Short. They want to get Short the ball. And you see why. There goes Noah Short. 61 yards, Army.
I think Taylor will tell you he can play better. Here's what we got to do. We have to play better around him. We have to protect him better. Running backs, O-line, tight ends. We've got to protect him better.
Richardson, straight drop back. He's got a man, but he overthrows. It's intercepted. Patrick Williams to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Arkansas.
It's time for the opening drive.
Oh, man, I love listening to that. That just gets me kind of pumped up, and
Threw that old clip on there,
and you do a great job.
Thank you. That old clip on there that you heard at the very end. I'm going to ask Clay about that. We're going to try and see if we can get Clay to take a walk down memory lane with us here in the second hour. That was from 1988, I believe. Patrick Williams picked that one off against Texas A&M to score, go up by, I think it was 2 touchdowns at that point in the game. Pulled that old clip. We got some old clips I'm going to have to play for Clay later on. I'm excited about that. Had the Army clip in there last night, Christian. Army's off to a 4-0 start, man. Nothing like those service academies rushing for 400 yards a game and just shoving it down people's throat. Love it.
For the third time in the last 30 years, they're off to a 4-0 start. And you got on here at one point last night in the fourth quarter, they'd outgained Temple on the ground 407-7.
400 yards rushing, 407 yards rushing to 7. So talk about Army's rush defense. That's incredible. Now,
Navy's got it going too.
Man, like I said, dude, it would be really awesome now with an expanded 12-team playoff to see a service academy sneak in there, Navy, Army, and just give, as a 12 spot or something like that. You really don't know. There's so much unknown about how that seeding's going to shake up. Once it comes down to it, we really just don't know.
All right. APAC Arcola has immediate job openings in the Boone, Marion, and Baxter County areas, as well as the Northwest Arkansas area. If you are a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, concrete finisher, diesel mechanic, or have paving or concrete labor experience, make sure you apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits, including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. You can apply online today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola is an equal opportunity employer. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we've got our Fenceman picks coming up here shortly. A lot of games we're going to get into, and we'll kind of preview those games as we are getting into them earlier or later. But I'll tell you what, that Arkansas A&M game, I know as that game approaches, I always get more excited. It's like I'm not even playing, but I feel like I know once game day gets here, I'm going to be like, man, this is a big opportunity for Arkansas to get a win here, Colton. And there's a lot of things they're going to have to do well. I think we've seen them play pretty well in the past, and it's still not be enough against Texas A&M. So. What do you think is gonna be the key in that game?
I think it's definitely a different beast going in. You're not walking into a game versus Auburn where they're struggling to find their identity too, and they really don't know what they have on the offensive side of the ball. Texas A&M wants to run the football. That's kind of what they've made their identity as so far this season, and they've ran the ball pretty well. They have a veteran offensive and defensive lines that are really talented. Their defense has been pretty good against the run. They've been susceptible at times, but I think kind of what the notion about A&M is right now is they don't have the same skill players that they've had in the past that has kind of differentiated them from being pretty good. So we're going to try and figure out what they can do, and hopefully it's going to be something that works out for them. And I really think that in this game it's going to come down to, I think you mentioned it earlier yesterday, Christian, is that Arkansas, if they get turnovers, if they create turnovers, they have to capitalize on those. They can't, go down there and piss those opportunities away. They got to get down there and actually convert those opportunities they have into points, field goals, touchdowns, anything that they can to keep that momentum going, because it's definitely a big swing of momentum when you get the ball back, you take it away from the offense, and then you kind of sputter out and give it right back to them in 4 plays. They can't do that this week.
So it doesn't look like we're going to have Sean in studio this morning.
I'll give him a call.
So we got to give him a call, and I know this is a big game. I'm pretty sure his wife's a Texas A&M fan.
Oh, man.
And I know it gets kind of heated around this time of year. I believe he went to the game last year. I'll have to ask him and make sure of that. And I'm curious to know kind of what they do on a Texas A&M Arkansas game day when they're watching it at home. Heck, he may even be at the game or heading to the game or going to this year's matchup in the Southwest Classic. So we'll talk to him in just a second. I think Arkansas has got to play a clean football game. I really think turnovers are going to be key. Right now, I mean, for the most part, I guess the UAPB game, turnovers didn't hurt Arkansas at all. I don't know that they had any, but it's kind of plagued them a little bit, especially in the Oklahoma State game, and it didn't hurt them in the UAB game. It didn't result in a loss. They had one, I think, in that game, and then they had 2 against Auburn. So, you might can get by with 1 turnover, but your defense is going to have to get 1 or 2, I think, to win this game. Give yourself an edge. I think field position is going to be key in this game. I think having a field goal kicker that can make a 35-plus yarder pretty much with regularity might be a big thing here, because points usually seem to be kind of hard to come by. When we look at the end of this game, it's usually a close margin.
It's really not too much to ask your field goal kicker to make all of them inside of 50. I mean, it's really not too much to ask. And we've been spoiled with Cam Little the last several seasons. I think that Kyle Ramsey's got a good head on his shoulders. They had a big special on him on Hogs Plus after the Oklahoma State game. And he came out and did a good job against UAB, and he's not missed any crucial ones since. But I think that he's got to be better. Obviously, can't afford any more misses this week. And it's going to be huge for us if we're able to do that. I don't want it to come down to a field goal or anything like that. But we do have Sean now. We're going to bring him on. Sean, man, good to have you on with us this morning. Brother, what's going on this morning, man? How's it going in the Fence Man's world?
Man, it's going great for us. We are just moving and grooving. This weather's been amazing. My teams have been doing a great job. We're just super blessed. Got a chance to take a few days off, went to do a little fishing, and making my way back into town. So
absolutely,
it's good to hear you guys.
Now,
Sean, Big C, we're just talking. Sean, go ahead, Big C.
Sean, you went to the game last year, Arkansas, Texas A&M, right?
Yes, yeah. My wife and I, we try to go down to, I guess what we have to call Jerry's house and watch the game, but we're not going to make it this year.
So what do y'all normally do? Do y'all just kind of sit and watch it together and cheer back and forth, or are y'all pretty quiet during the game?
No. It's we've already started trash talking each other pretty much through the week.
Good deal.
All right. Well,
now you say you're coming back home, Sean. You say you're coming back home, but you've been trash talking. Did she let you? You hope you didn't change the locks or anything like that, and you can get back in the house when you get there.
Well, we've invited a bunch of family and friends over to the house.
Oh, good.
So, I had a friend of mine make me a barbecue pit with a Razorback on the side of it.
Oh,
so I'm afraid it might be beat up when I get to the house.
Hopefully not. Well, Sean, like last week, we've got our picks right here that we're going to do in just a second. But before that, we're going to take a revisit and hear what we said about these games last week.
Tennessee's currently on the Bet Saracen app, only a 6.5-point favorite going in Oklahoma.
I'm telling you, we have a lot of Eastern Oklahoma customers, a lot of good Sooner customers, but I'm still a Vol fan all the way, so I'm going to go with the Vol.
Bingo.
I'm going to trust Heupel just because how motivated he's going to be. So I'm going to say Tennessee wins this game by, 10 or so.
First big SEC game in Norman, Oklahoma.
That's gonna be fun.
I hate to do it because Tennessee's really good, but I think Venable's defense is going to stand up to the test. Boomer Sooner, 6.5.
Tommy, does Vanderbilt give Missouri a game tomorrow? They're 20-point underdogs in Columbia.
Give me Vanderbilt and 20 points.
I'm also going to take the Doors. I don't have Vanderbilt winning, but I do have them losing by 19 or less. I'm going to take Vanderbilt this one.
They should have won that game.
I'm following you guys on that one all the way. I just don't see Missouri putting up that many points on the board.
Florida is a 6-point favorite. Tommy, this is the game that Billy Napier gets fired. I've got Mississippi State and Jeff Levy winning outright. They don't even just cover. They outright beat Florida.
Florida's a better football team than what I've seen so far out of Mississippi State. Give me the Gators, and I'll lay the points.
John, what do you think?
Man, I'm going to go Bulldogs. No, I don't think the Gators have got it. I think they're going to come in there and they're going to flop.
Dude, Arkansas is now just a 2.5-point underdog heading.
So it started at 3, went to 4, now it's down to 2.5.
2.5, yeah. Even with injuries, Arkansas said, I think Arkansas covers in this game. I've got the Hogs covering.
Hogs not only cover, they win the games head up. Give me the Hogs.
All right, Sean, bring us home.
Same thing. I think the Hogs going to win by 7. They're going to win by a touchdown.
I heard a lot more dings.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
So not bad last week. Ty and Tommy obviously isn't here this week. It's me and C45 here with the Fence Man, and we're going to get to our Fence Man Friday picks. We're going to get that sounder ready here.
Here we go.
Fenceman Friday Picks. Call the Fenceman for all kinds of fences, controlled access, and custom iron projects. 479-782-3936. The Fenceman. We ain't afraid of no work.
I'll kind of start here with, I think, the biggest game probably of the weekend. I don't really think you can dispute that. These lines are, again, provided by Bet Saracen. That's what they were last showing here. Georgia is favored by 1.5, guys. We'll start with Colton. Colton, what do you think about this?
Oh man, at Tuscaloosa on the road. From what I've seen from Georgia, they're Georgia. They look good. They've got a great defense. They got the logo on there. The nice, pretty bright red uniforms. But I don't know that I see the same playmakers that I've seen out of these championship Georgia teams in the past. That's not to say that they're not going to be there in the playoff. They're not going to be definitely probably knocking on the door. But I don't know if they have it. In Alabama, they've got dudes all across the field. I'm going to take Alabama at home.
Yeah, I've kind of gone back and forth about this one. I think I just trust Georgia's defense a little more than Alabama. I know Alabama's got some big play ability and they can get it going on offense sometimes, but I just don't see them doing it against Georgia. Georgia will have to score some points to win this game. I don't see them holding Alabama to very few points. I could see this game being in the 20s or something, but 1.5. I think Georgia wins by more than 1.5.
Sean, how do you see it, man? What do you think? How do you think it shakes out in Tuscaloosa?
Alabama's a whole new team this year, and they got a new coach and everything else, and they're doing okay for the year. But I still think Georgia's got what it takes. I think it's going to be one of those games where it's going to be one up, then the next one's up, then one up. But I think at the end of the game, I think Georgia's defense is going to hold out, and they're going to win. They're going to field goals at the end for the win.
I agree with you there, Sean. And then we'll go to Oklahoma at Auburn. That's an interesting matchup. Two kind of teams that are, I don't know if Oklahoma is necessarily struggling. They lost to a top 5 or top 10 team in Tennessee.
They expected to look better to this point of the season.
Yeah, their offense looked pretty bad. And
against a good Tennessee defense.
They've got some banged up players after that game. I think Auburn's defense will keep this game kind of low scoring. It's going to be kind of an ugly game, but I think Oklahoma gets it done. I think they do enough offensively. Their defense does enough to get them the win. It's a close game. I think Oklahoma wins by more than a point.
Yeah, I'm going to take Auburn at home in this one, man. I think that their defense is actually a lot better than we gave them credit for last week, and they just need to run the ball. I think that they can actually come out with a win in this game, and they're at home as well. They got their first 5 games of the season at home. I think if Hugh Freeze loses, they're going to be scratching their heads over there on the Plains, so I'm going to take Auburn in this one.
Sean, what about you, man?
Man, if Auburn's quarterback will show up and give the performance that he's capable of giving, which is what he's been touted for, I think Auburn can squeeze it out.
Yeah, good point.
Mississippi State at Texas. We got to kind of roll through these. Texas is favored by 38 points. Man, give me Mississippi State. I don't think Texas. I think they're good enough to beat Mississippi State by 38, but I just don't see it in their first SEC game.
I think it may end up being close. It'll be probably a 40-point game towards the end of the game, and then someone's not going to care about the betting lines on either team, and they're going to score a late touchdown for Mississippi State. But I'm going to have Texas winning big, but Mississippi State definitely covers.
Sean, what about you, buddy?
Same thing here. I'm going to take State and the points because that's a lot of points to put up.
Now, this one's kind of interesting. Kentucky versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss is favored by 16.5. We know Ole Miss has a great offense. Kentucky really hasn't looked good so far, but at least offensively, they held Georgia down pretty well, and they honestly could have won that game. But despite the defense of Kentucky, I just don't see them scoring enough on offense to beat Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss scores enough points to win, and but that 16.5 is a little tricky. I actually think Ole Miss covers that.
Yeah, I'm going to take Ole Miss, actually. I think that they're really, really good, and Kentucky is just not the same Kentucky that they've been. I don't know if they have the same identity. Ole Miss is solid this year. I'm going to take Ole Miss and the points.
Well, boys, put me on the island because I think Kentucky's got what it takes.
Hey, I like it.
They were so close with Georgia. I think they're going to come out. They're going to show what they're capable of doing.
Got an upset. All right, last game, Arkansas and Texas A&M. Aggies favored by 5.5. Give me the Hogs to win outright.
Give me the Hogs. I want them by a touchdown or more. I don't even need to give any rationalization behind it. What do you think, Sean?
Sweet pig.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
We're gonna put the Aggies on a spike. We're gonna gig them. They're not gonna gig us.
Absolutely, man. Hey, Sean, me and Christian were just talking. We've been talking all week. It seems like everywhere we go around town, everywhere we see that logo on every nice fence that we drive by, restaurant, shopping malls, people's houses, everywhere we go, man. How's business going? Because I know that I know that you're taking off. You're booked out for months at a time, and you're not just doing regular white picket fences. It's real artistry, man. So how's it going?
I mean, it's like when we started the program. When I say we're blessed, we are blessed. I mean, my guys, we run several crews. They're all very talented. They all take pride in what they're doing. I think that speaks for itself when you do drive around town. They all like that. My team loves that pride when they drive around and see the name of a company they work for. I take good care of them, but the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas, Eastern Oklahoma, they've just all been really good to us. And I think as long as we keep putting in quality fence and we stand behind our name, and I think business is going to be great. But, even though I'm doing really good, I'm always looking for more. So anybody's got something, we always throw this out there. You got something crazy, you got something custom, you got something you want to do, you want to give us a shot at it, man, give us a call. We'd love to set you up, come give you a free quote and walk you through the process. And, I don't leave my customers. I stay with them to the very end, no
That's
matter
right, Sean.
whether it goes.
You take care of them, man. You take care of them.
We have challenges.
Yes, sir.
I stick with it. So
all righty,
I
Sean.
think that's another attribute to what we do.
782-3936, the fence man. They ain't afraid of no work.
Arkansas's home for the
Thank
best
you, gentlemen.
sports talk.
This is former Arkansas quarterback Tyler Wilson, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center with exciting news. Backed by popular demand, state sales tax paid when you trade on our huge inventory of road-ready certified vehicles. That's right. This month, get the best used car your money can buy, road-ready certified with warranty, and get your state sales tax paid when you trade. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, just north of Phoenix on Towson, Fort Smith.
At AOG, our main goal is to deliver reliable energy to your home safely. And keeping our team members, customers, and community safe starts with awareness. Natural gas has a distinctive, strong odor, often compared to rotten eggs or sulfur. If you smell gas, leave your home immediately. Go to a safe location and call 911 in addition to AOG. Remember, if you smell gas, act fast and always call 811 before you dig. To learn more about natural gas safety, visit AOGC.com. AOG, energy for life.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
Missing or broken teeth? Sharp Smiles wants you to start chewing again with dental implants. Scared of the dentist? Sharp Smiles will help you overcome your fear. Big dental problems? Sharp Smiles Modern Dentistry and Implants is your answer to your dental needs and services, where your smile is top priority. Get the smile you have always wanted from the friendly faces at Sharp Smiles. 2600 Market Trace, Suite B, off Jenny Lind across from Harps. For more information, visit the website at sharpsmilesdds.com or call 648-9988.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
Hey, Ty Richardson for JamMart. JamMart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. JamMart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero JamMart locations. And stop by any of the 6 JamMart locations in the area. JamMart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, Arkansas and Texas A&M scheduled for 2:30 on ESPN tomorrow from Jerry's World in Dallas, Texas. This is the last game, right,
Yep,
Colton?
the last game in the season, man, or the last game in the series here at AT&T Stadium.
You would like to get a win here, and it wouldn't erase all of the heartbreaking losses, but it sure would help this season, and it would kind of send this series at Jerry's World off on a kind of a sweeter note. Wouldn't you agree?
It would definitely put a bow on it, and you could kind of, like you said, maybe you couldn't forget about some of the wacky and terrible, heartbreaking endings, like you said, but you could certainly. You could certainly look past those a little bit, kind of look at them through some Razorback colored glasses if you wanted. Say, yeah, we were so close, and it really doesn't matter because we won the last one. That's really all that matters in the end of the day, you know. Last person, you know, they usually get, you know, last one wins. You know, that's how it is.
Yeah, and Arkansas is a little bit banged up coming into this game. Nothing really that is too surprising. We know Rashad Dubinion has been suspended. Jalen Braxton.
That's probably the biggest one. Jalen Braxton, you know, being out, he'll be out. Patrick Kudas, you know, his injury is obviously much more serious than we thought it would be.
Yeah, he'll probably be out the rest. I mean,
I would assume it's a back issue. Those linger, man, and you don't want that to be something that when he's 50 years old, he didn't get it taken care of. That, you know, Kudas can't walk. You definitely want him to get that taken care of because I think he's really talented. Super raw, had to play a lot last year, and they were expecting big things from him. So hopefully he can come back pretty soon.
I hear people occasionally ask about him. And I'm just thinking, guys, I wouldn't even ask about him because, I mean, at this point, I mean, not you could ask about his, you know, his health, I guess, or how he's doing. But as far as like expecting him to return, I wouldn't even consider that because, like you said, Colton, I mean, a back issue, you don't want to rush a guy like that back. You want him to take all the precautions you can, and it looks like Hudson Clark is probable, and that's
nice to have him back.
That's a good sign there, Colton, because we know he's capable of making big plays. I know he made a couple in the Oklahoma State game. Gets a lot of heat for not, I don't know, for whatever reason, but he's a guy. He's a senior leader, and you want him out there. He's smart.
So smart.
And I know the secondary had a really good game last week, but I wouldn't expect that type of performance. So you might need somebody out there who can probably give your defense a little bit of a boost, and you want the other guys playing well around him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Hudson Clark has seen it all. He's been in every type of game. Games where he's gotten torched, you know, personally for a couple hundred yards just on his head, and games where he's came out with 2 or 3 interceptions. He's kind of seen it all. So you're right. Having that steady force, that calm back there to kind of captain the defense is really important. And if you watch Hudson play, man, he's definitely not the fastest guy. No. He's a really great technique tackler, and he is almost never out of place. He's always in the right place at the right time typically, and he's got such a high IQ player, like you said. I know that, you know, Travis Williams would definitely want to see number 17 out there a lot more, and also I know it means a lot to him because he's a Dallas kid too. So yes. I definitely know he wants to be out there competing one last time, maybe in AT&T Stadium for him. So I know it means a lot. Hopefully he gets some run out there as well, but. Yeah, you know, I think that the injuries that we have, Texas A&M, you know, they're dealing with some injuries as well, but we'll get to that a little bit later.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of a, I guess, question you could say about who Texas A&M is going to go with at quarterback right now. It's kind of up in the air. I don't see Texas A&M making. That's probably a game time decision. What do you think?
I would assume that they'll probably wait till they can figure out, you know, how Weigman's feeling, and you know, it kind of just depends on what they want their attack to be. You know, during the game, are they going to focus on running the ball? I figure if that's their focus, they'll stick with Marcel Reed. But if not, I figure they'll put Weigman out there to throw a little bit. And that's not to say that Reed's not a threat to throw at all. He's capable. He's a Division I quarterback. But obviously, I think that the A&M crowd feels more comfortable with Weigman back there taking the shots downfield and captaining the offense in that way.
All right, summer is starting to wind down, or pretty much has wind down, and the savings are just beginning. Dive into the end of the season at Burton Pools and Spas, where owning a pool is more affordable than ever. For a limited time, save up to $14,000 on fiberglass pools, and the first 10 customers who purchase an Aquarette pool with premium vinyl finish will receive a free hot tub. Don't miss these incredible deals. Visit our stores in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Greenland, or to burtonpools.com. We do more than build swimming pools. We build long-term relationships.
All right, that was your Pro Hug Update, sponsored by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
I love that jingle. So good.
All right, we got Sterling on hold, but I don't think
Yeah,
we're gonna.
we're gonna Sterling. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna keep you on hold for just a little bit because I need you to get lathered up. Think of some
Yeah.
good stuff here because we're about to hit the break in just a minute, man. But Christian, dude, these Razorbacks, man. Saturday, like you said, every day that it creeps a little bit closer, every hour, I just get a little bit more excited. And man, let me tell you something else. When I woke up this morning early, just like you, to get up here and get everything going, that chill in the air, man. That football season, little nip in the air, ooh, got me going.
Yeah, and it kind of gets me going for like all football, like NFL, high school. Like, you know, high school's kind of just now starting to heat up. Conference plays beginning, and I know there's some good games today. I know there's some were played yesterday, but we may touch on some high school games later too if we get to it here on the Morning Rush. Again, it's Colton and Christian on the Morning Rush this morning. Ty and Tommy are caught up doing some
Out on business, doing Ty and Tommy things.
business related activities. So me and Colton will carry it the rest of the way. We'll get into this Arkansas Texas A&M game, and we went with our picks earlier with the Fence Man, but we'll probably still kind of get into some of those games. There's really some interesting matchups this weekend, and we're going to want to hear your thoughts as well. Call in like Sterling, 877-377-6963, and we'll get into the game a little bit more. So
got the daily question coming up here in just a second.
Yeah,
too,
Morning Rush
so
daily
definitely get
question.
involved.
Yeah, we'll get that coming here in just a second on the Morning Rush.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
Guys, I commend you. You're working at it. Good job. Thank you very much.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
$11,000 off on remaining 2023 GMC Sierras, or up to $7,000 off on remaining GMC Yukon XLs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. These are the largest factory discounts in years, so hurry before they're gone. Plus up to $6,500 off on in-stock 2024 GMC Sierras. Conquer the road with confidence in a GMC Sierra from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Attention restaurant owners, managers, food service directors, and anyone getting ready to open a new restaurant soon. Don't miss Tankersley's Foods 80th Anniversary 2024 Fall Food Show on Wednesday, October the 2nd at the Fort Smith Convention Center. See, taste, and try items available for your menu starting at 9 a.m. Expand your knowledge with educational seminars starting at 8 a.m. It's the 80th Anniversary 2024 Fall Food Show, Wednesday, October 2nd at the Fort Smith Convention Center. Go to TankersleyFoods.com for details.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. For instance, TCU walked into the locker room at halftime in the 2016 Alamo Bowl, down 31-0. The Horned Frogs stormed into the second half and erased a 31-point deficit to force overtime, and eventually won it in the third overtime, 47-41.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
This is the Morning Rush.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
Attention restaurant owners, managers, food service directors, and anyone getting ready to open a new restaurant soon. Don't miss Tankersley's Foods 80th Anniversary 2024 Fall Food Show on Wednesday, October the 2nd at the Fort Smith Convention Center. See, taste, and try items available for your menu starting at 9 a.m. Expand your knowledge with educational seminars starting at 8 a.m. It's the 80th Anniversary 2024 Fall Food Show, Wednesday, October 2nd at the Fort Smith Convention Center. Go to TankersleyFoods.com for details.
Oh no, what happened to your windshield?
I had an accident. I'm definitely going to have to get a new one.
You should call Mr. Auto Glass on Towson Avenue.
I have to be careful. I have all this technology in my windshield.
Technology?
Yes, things like adaptive cruise, rain sensing wipers, and lane assistant.
Well, the folks over at Mr. Auto Glass can definitely calibrate all of that for you. They are super friendly and fast. You should give them a call.
What's that number?
782-4441.
Okay, I'll give Mr. Auto Glass a call. 782-4441.
Remember the classic Massey Ferguson tractors, straightforward, dependable, tough as nails, and easy to run? It's those classic models that inspired the Massey Ferguson 2600H series, as durable and reliable as the classics, with up to 74 horsepower and more comfort so you can work harder. The Massey Ferguson 2600H series. It's everything you want and need in a tractor. See one at Bush Machine and Tractor Company or visit bushtractor.com to learn more.
The fall inventory reduction sale now through Monday at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. You'll see the cars. There's over 500 in stock. And Adam, their prices are starting at under $6,000.
Listen, we've got a balloon of inventory here just left over from the summer. If you're looking for a vehicle, there's no reasonable offer refused. We're looking to sell a lot of cars here this week, 200 plus cars. So like if we have to take a $1,500 loser, it's not a big deal. We want to move as many cars. We don't want to turn our inventory. Guys, if you're looking for a vehicle, this is the biggest sale of the year. You got to get off the couch, come down and come see us. Test drive, get a free four-wheeler, come down here. Cars low as $59.95. Get your state sales tax paid. I got lifted stuff. I got lowered stuff. I got brand new stuff. I got a brand new body style Enclave, brand new body style Acadia. Come down here. This is the biggest sale of the year.
And always more for your trade and 50 lenders on hand to make sure you get financed. It's the fall inventory reduction sale. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Make sure you have everything you need for the game this weekend by stopping at Four Corks Wine and Spirits. Choose from a wide selection of bourbons and whiskeys, craft beers, and a great selection of the coldest imports in town. Take advantage of the walk-in humidor for an A-list of cigars. Everything you need and more for the games is at Four Corks Wine and Spirits, just past the intersection of Mazard and Zero Street toward Ben Guerin Park. Now on Uber Eats and DoorDash.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at CartPathSocial.com. Cart Path Social, the getting out of the sun, making golfing fun.
All right, our Cart Path Social Morning Rush Daily Question. I think it's one that will get a lot of phone calls or at least texts and phone calls. If Arkansas is able to get this win on Saturday, what's the potential? How many wins do you think the Hogs can get to realistically? We're not even going to talk about if they lose. I think we all know what that's probably going to end up being. But if they're able to get that win and go to 4-1, what's kind of the bar, Colton?
If you get to 4 through right now, which I'm going to tell you this, I think if four wins through 5 games, I think a lot of people, a good majority of the fan base would say is probably overachieving from what they thought based off what they saw last year and what we thought we knew about this team. They've overperformed to this point, and I think I think it'd be hard. I think it's hard to dispute that. Really, does that mean that they're perfect? That they're definitely an unquestioned top 25 team that's going to challenge for the playoff and they're coming back so much stronger? I don't know that for sure. No, probably not. But I think that if you get to 4 through right here, you beat Texas A&M. I'm not kidding you when I'm telling you I think 8 wins is definitely on the table. You've got LSU. They don't look like they're invincible. Mississippi State, Louisiana Tech, and I don't know if Missouri really is the same Missouri they've been either. I think 7 wins is probably more realistic, but 8 wins isn't off the table, man. I think that's probably the absolute ceiling, but you got to beat A&M first, man.
Yeah, no doubt. The way I look at it is I kind of chalked that Oklahoma State game up as a win at the beginning of the season, and I think that was one they kind of let slip away. And you kind of stole one at Auburn to make up for that. I think if you get Texas A&M, you're playing with house money at this point. I mean, there's really not a whole lot of pressure on the Hogs after getting a win against A&M, specifically a team that you've had trouble beating in the past. You go to 4-1, free shot at Tennessee. You may win, you may or may not. You'll be 4-2 if you don't get that win, and then you'll head into a bye week, and then I think you feel pretty good. Now, if you go in and get just absolutely steamrolled by Tennessee, you may not feel as good. But after a bye, I like your chances against LSU, and I'll definitely like your chances against Mississippi State. Now, beating Texas A&M tomorrow is not going to make some of these other teams more beatable all of a sudden. You got Ole Miss, you got Texas. I think will be a tough. You got a bye after Ole Miss, then you got Texas, Louisiana Tech. I don't think, no matter what your record is, I don't think you can sleep on a Louisiana Tech team coming in looking to upset you. And then Missouri, that's a ways away. Not really too impressed with them at this point, but Arkansas hasn't really been playing out of their minds either. So
there's potential, man. That's all I can say. There's potential for a really good season, but you gotta parlay these things all together. And I think that this obviously is going to be a huge barometer for how the season, is going to go, for how this team is going to be, for what they can achieve this year. But if you got any thoughts on this question, and that's going to be if Arkansas beats Texas A&M, how many wins do you think the Hogs get to? If you got any thoughts you want to say on this question, text us or call us 877-377-6963. Sterling is in Center Ridge. He gave us a call this morning. Sterling, man, I appreciate you. Got you on the line with us today. Sterling, man, what do you think about this question, man? If the Hogs pull off this one against A&M, how many can they get to, Sterling?
Boy, y'all sound like professionals running the show.
Boy,
we're trying, Sterling. We're trying.
So y'all took all the meat off that bone right there, guys. That's the question. Y'all took everything that I was going to say about it. Guys, this team is way better than I thought coming into this season. I thought we were going to get destroyed by a veteran Oklahoma State team with 18 to 20 starters back. And if we would have lost that game a different way but still close, I would feel better. It's the fact that we had the game won and lost. If it was in a hard-fought game and then we lost in overtime, you look at that game feeling totally good, but you left it a little bit disappointed because you had it. So based on that game, and then you go on and everybody talk about how bad we looked against Auburn and stole it. But did we ever think that we could play that bad
and still win a game
in August? I mean, think about that part. Think about the part that we won a game that we felt like we should have lost. I mean, did we ever think that we were going to play bad and win a game? That's amazing to me how fast it can switch. 8 wins is in play. 8 wins, if you win tomorrow, of course, 8 wins is in play, and 7 wins is more. It's not a breach.
It should be the expectation.
I said 7 and 5 at the beginning.
Right. Because before the season, I'm looking at 4 or 5 wins. Basically what the total had in Vegas. But now, I mean, if you got the over, if you win and you took the over, you feeling real good, and you feeling like you feel like placing another bet somewhere else because that one's going to feel like it's in if you win tomorrow. So I'm ecstatic. I'm happy. I feel good about this team. I feel good about their chances. Missouri is a long way away, but Missouri was also in that, for me, was in that column of no way we can win, like Texas or Texas, Ole Miss, and now Tennessee, and no way we can win section right now. But all that can change. Everything's subject to change. But right now, this team 8 wins in play, and Otis Kirk, who said 8
he did
at
say
the
that.
beginning of the season, who said 8 at the beginning of the season, I laughed and laughed, and I love Otis, so I wasn't gonna get into a fight with him because we both Laker fans. But I wasn't gonna get in a fight with him. But I was thinking, man, if I was a drinking man, I need to have some of that. So anyway, it looks like it's in play, and we'll win away. Guys, I want to talk a little bit about the Cowboys last night.
Yeah,
go ahead, Sterling. What do you think? How did you like watching that pillow fight on TV? Or I mean, what do you think?
Oh man, I mean it's the NFL and Thursday night.
It's a win.
Most Thursday night games are pillow fights because you're playing on a very, very short week. I really wish they wouldn't do that. But
They just needed a win, Sterling. They just needed a win last night.
Any win in the NFL on the road in division, you don't apologize for that. That's foolish. I mean, this is NFL. This is not college football. It's no lower division. You got teams that's better than some and not as good as others. But at the end of the day, they all catching checks. At the end of the day, and you go on the road and win. And I know Dallas winning, beat New York all the time. Since that gets there, that's one team he never loses to. But it's still a great win. It's the NFL. There's no selection committee that you try to impress. You got to stack up wins, and that goes to win-loss and tiebreakers. It ain't you don't try to impress with some athletic director from Boise State to try to make this playoff. You got to win games to make this playoff, and that's all they did last night. And you just try to keep winning until you maybe get hot. That same giant organization has 2 Super Bowls of teams that was barely over 500, and he's gonna get that quarterback along with his last name in the Hall of Fame. Guys, they have a great show, doing a great job in relief. Those are 2 great backup quarterbacks.
Hey, Thanks, Sterling, man. Appreciate you, dude. Good to have Sterling on with us, man.
Great.
He always brings it, man. We also got another one that always brings it. We got Cecil coming to us from Fort Smith. Cecil, man, what do you think, brother? You got some thoughts on this game tomorrow? If they win this game, how many can the Hogs get to?
Suey.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I'm looking at the schedule. We have, we got 7, 8 more. How many games we got left? 7?
Yeah, so after this one, including this one, we'll have 8 more games.
We got 8 more. Okay, so look, honestly, man, I'm looking at it. We have give me a second. Tennessee at home. We got LSU at home. Any home game that we play with the team that we got is we can win those games. And then you look at Mississippi State. Like you say, Louisiana Tech, not a pushover. Hey, y'all might be crazy, but hey, man, we might lose one of these games or 2.
And, hot takes. I like that.
That is, but we have a team like that to win. We could do that.
I like that, Cecil, man. Hey, you got any plans for the game this weekend? How you gonna be watching? How are you ingesting this game?
Well, man, I'm gonna be at my shop working, man. I got a lot going on, but I'm tuned in all over the building, and I got my screen in there. But I'm gonna go to the Tennessee LSU game, in the Mississippi State game for sure.
Wow.
In the Texas game.
Good deal, man. So,
in the Texas game.
Hey, man. So, we'll be at some of those games too, Cecil, man. Hopes to see you there, brother. Thank you for the call. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Cecil.
Two great all-star callers right there, back to back.
We're very fortunate this morning, Big C. Very, very fortunate, man. This game, man. We've talked about it all week. Everybody that gets to have their microphones turned on here on these airwaves, they've all said that. I mean, this is huge. This is probably the biggest game to the season. Obviously, to this point, every game is every week that you get to it. But you really feel like that you can turn the corner and put up or shut up. Or are you going to end up being a bowl team that people didn't think that you could be, or is this some of the same Razorback teams we've seen in the past where they just can't get it together when it matters most? And I don't know what it is, man. If it's that building, if you need to go in there and get the, the holy water, make sure that people don't have their voodoo dolls or whatever it is, but we have got to get that monkey clawed off our back as soon as possible.
I think it would be a travesty if they at this point in the season, if they don't get to 6 wins, even though they lost a game that they should have won. They should be sitting at 4 wins, but it's over. 3-1. You got a big opportunity tomorrow. I was just looking at this schedule, Colton, and it's amazing how much easier a schedule looks without Alabama on it.
It does. And it's also amazing how much easier a schedule looks, and this back half especially when the games, they say Fayetteville underneath them, Christian. Those are home games. And Cecil made a point that, he says that, if it's a home game, he'll take the Hogs. Well, we haven't really gotten up for home games recently, so that kind of makes me nervous. I mean, it's good that you don't have to travel, and there's this and that goes into it. You get the added rest bonus, but man, it's all going to come down to how well they can play at home. And that's not been something that Sam Pittman's gotten done the last couple of years, is playing well at home, and he absolutely has to do that for this team to reach their potential this year. Christian wants to pay some bills. What do you say?
Yeah, and one more quick thought. I'm a believer when Arkansas is on their home field, especially, with the fans and the atmosphere going crazy. Man. I almost chalk it up to a 50-50.
Yeah.
That
Woo Pig Sue, he gets people shaking in their boots.
Are you craving something sweet and delicious? Head over to Andy's Frozen Custard on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, plus our other locations in Conway at 201 East Oak Street and on Dave Ward Drive across from UCA. And don't forget Andy's in North Little Rock as well on JFK Boulevard. Whether you are looking to cool or satisfy your sweet tooth, Andy's has got you covered with the greatest frozen treats around. And if you're gearing up for the big game, don't leave empty-handed. Take home a Pick 6. Mix and match 6 of your favorite flavors for the perfect game time treat. Swing by Andy's Frozen Custard on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith today. The 2 locations in Conway. And don't forget JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock. Andy's Frozen Custard. Walk up or drive through, ready to serve you.
On remaining 2023 GMC Sierras, or up to $7,000 off on remaining GMC Yukon XLs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. These are the largest factory discounts in years, so hurry before they're gone. Plus up to $6,500 off on in-stock 2024 GMC Sierras. Conquer the road with confidence in a GMC Sierra from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
It's a stunning way to go somewhere new.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, Sakale, paper mouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Colin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
The Dandy White Perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Colin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks.
We re-signed that 10-year contract, and we've won down there, and since I've been here, and we played in there 3 times. We'd like to even up the score if we can.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock! You gotta let me fly!
And Tommy Kraft.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this, Cowboy?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those.
Welcoming you back in here to the 10 o'clock hour of the Morning Rush. You don't have Ty or Tommy today. Tommy's on station business taking care of the mega empire that we run here at ESPN Arkansas. You can hear us on 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in the River Valley, and 96.3 in Hot Springs. We're here on ESPN Arkansas. You got me, Colton Little, and you got Christian Johnston here for this last hour of the Morning Rush. We've got our buddy, senior fellow and contributor Clay Henry coming on with us in just a second. Christian, man, another hour, 1 hour down, one more to go, brother. We're getting through it, and it's going pretty well. I'd say we're doing pretty swimmingly. I feel good.
I feel good. I feel like it could have gone much worse in that first hour. I
It
think
certainly could have.
We're definitely keeping the ship afloat here for Ty, Tommy, and we've got Clay on here. We know he's going to keep the ship afloat.
Absolutely.
The Hall of Famer, Fisherman Clay is joining us right now, Colton. And
let's hit that Clay entry, that Clay
let's
Henry
go ahead.
intro music, huh?
I have just one question for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready for this my whole life.
Here he is. Clay Henry.
Clay Henry, that's right, senior fellow and contributor here for us on ESPN Arkansas. You know him well. He's a legend himself. Clay, man, thank you for coming on with us, even though, your usual suspects aren't here. Ty and Tommy, we really appreciate it, man. What's going on in your world? How's things shaking up for you? What's going on?
Well, it sounds like a step up.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do this. We're gonna call this the C3 hour.
C3, I like that. It's right, Christian, Clay, and Colton. You got all of us, man.
The killer
like that.
C's.
C3, yeah. C with the little 3 up above, that's C3. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Had a great day fishing yesterday. Got to fish ahead of the weather. We've got bad weather. I guess the hurricane has pushed a little low pressure over us, and we're going to have 30, 40-mile-an-hour winds and rain today. But if you go I think if you get past US 65, past say Valley Springs, it's going to be sunshiny. So it's like y'all are basking in the glory while we're over here battening down the hatches.
Well, we're always basking in the glory of one Clay Henry, and we definitely appreciate that. Clay, man, I've got some questions for you about this game today. I read your article, obviously, about A&M and how everything's going and what your thoughts were on that game. So, you had some keys to that. Talk about those keys to the game that you had and that you wrote about in your article, and just how you think this game's going to shake up.
Well, I think that they have to do some things to take some pressure off Taylon Green so that you can't tee off on him. And, it still comes down to be able to run the ball inside. And I think that's their strength. I think that Austin Nichols at center is healthy, and you've got Marion Harris at left guard and Josh Braun at right guard. Those guys are they are a step up from where we were physically. I like Bo Limmer, but he wasn't just a massive individual. I think they're up in weight at those inside positions by a little bit over the last year. And then I think that they've got some help at tackle. I think Fernando Carmona is a legitimately NFL's own Sunday type player. I think that you could plug him in with some NFL teams right now, and they would like it. So I think that this is a team that physically can go toe-to-toe with Texas A&M. Now, pass protection, that has been a little shaky, and it hasn't always been because of the offensive line. Sometimes it's the tight end, sometimes it's the running back. So they haven't got a mesh down in that go. But I think still it's going to come down to be able to block at the point of attack in the run game.
Yeah, and the former quarterback for Kansas State when Arkansas beat them in I believe it was the Cotton Bowl, it's Colin Klein. He is the offensive coordinator for Texas A&M, and I really like Bobby over him in this matchup. I think the creativity Bobby has, and of course they won that game, and I think Bobby's going to get he's going to put his imprint on this game because I think I don't know if we'll see some trick plays, but we'll see some creativity, I believe, in this matchup in Arlington.
Yeah, you're probably right. You would think that Bobby has some tricks in store for A&M. I don't think he particularly enjoyed his time at Texas A&M. I think he was frustrated by the restrictions put on him by Jimbo, in that he had to accept Jimbo's terminology and systems and try to incorporate what he does within that. And that's, you don't want to. You bring in a guy like Bobby Petrino, you turn him loose, just like Sam has done. You let him use his play calls, his terminology, everything about it, almost to the point of you let him hire his own coaches, which is what Bobby did at Arkansas. And I think that will be part of this game, and his remembrance of his time at Texas A&M and wanting to show what he can do. And I know that this is a big game for Sam Pittman too. The pressure is on. This is a make or break season, and this is a game that could make or break the season.
Yeah, Clay, you're right, and you touched on something there when you were responding to me about how the offensive line has looked good, but some of the pass protection and some of the protection for Talon has kind of made the offense look a little stagnant at times and kind of been not as a little bit more discombobulated than we would like and what we've expected from a Bobby Petrino offense. Coach Pittman had this to say on Sam Pittman Live on Wednesday, talking about how the team can help Talon better.
I think Taylor will tell you he can play better. Here's what we got to do. We have to play better around him. We have to protect him better. Running backs, O-line, tight ends. We've got to protect him better because for him, I think he knows that he can. So many times on third down, he just ran out of the pocket. If we protect him better, we'll get Andrew and them guys the ball. The other thing about the confidence for on the road, I tell you, we're a really confident team already. And then when you go on the road to a place like Auburn and win, I think it's a big deal. And so we really had 3 good practices, I think, because of that, to be honest with you.
So what he said right there about how if you're able to pass protect a little bit better and you're able to do those things and get those finer details fixed, you can spread the ball around and we won't have to ask any questions about, where's Luke Haas, where are our other receivers? So Clay, what do you think about spreading the ball around a little bit more?
Yeah, I think that will happen as the year progresses, and I think that he has spread the ball around, but some of the guys have dropped it. I mean, it's like, you see Broden drop one, you see C.J. Brown drop one. I'm going back to the UAB game more than anything else. But it's they've got to clean it up and help him, and I think that will give him some confidence. Now, I think the overall aspect of this game, what I want to see is intensity from Arkansas, and by that I mean it's been a roller coaster over the last few years. You put together a good game, and then you come back and you think, well, I can just show up. I've made it. I've achieved the level of play that is expected. So but they don't do it the next week. They fall back. I want to see them maintain the intensity and the level of intensity from one week to the next.
All right, and we're going to do a Gaston's here, a place that I'm sure Clay knows a lot about and he's been to quite a few times. I'm still waiting to go. Gaston's White River Resort is the perfect place to get away, located on the White River. It offers private accommodations in their lodges and cabins. Most cabins have a fully equipped kitchen or let their restaurant staff deliver to your cabin. You can call 870-431-5202 and change your plans to Gaston's White River Resort. That's 870-431-5202. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
This is Tim Brando, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Off on remaining 2023 GMC Sierras, or up to $7,000 off on remaining GMC Yukon XLs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. These are the largest factory discounts in years, so hurry before they're gone. Plus up to $6,500 off on in-stock 2024 GMC Sierras. Conquer the road with confidence in a GMC Sierra from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh, okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center with the exciting news. Backed by popular demand, state sales tax paid when you trade on our huge inventory of road-ready certified vehicles. That's right. This month, get the best used car your money can buy, road-ready certified with warranty, and get your state sales tax paid when you trade. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, just north of Phoenix on Towson, Fort Smith.
At Our Best Bank, we believe in the power of community. That's why we recognize, serve, and support communities of all kinds. From small towns to big cities, business startups to large companies, young families to seniors, and those with shared backgrounds and interests. We value your contributions and are proud to work alongside you because every community deserves a financial partner who cares. Our Best Bank. We believe.
Come celebrate autumn in the natural state with Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Crabtree RV Center is having their big fall sale October 10th through the 13th. There will be special pricing and door prizes along with our experienced, knowledgeable staff to help you pick the perfect RV for your family. Come see why we've been voted the best of the River Valley in Northwest Arkansas. So mark your calendars for October 10th through the 13th and don't miss out on the big fall sale. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Whether it's torque, horsepower, or just extreme work, diesel trucks do their job. But when your diesel truck needs maintenance or repair, it's time to head to Extreme Diesel. Everything from standard maintenance to extreme repairs, including injector testing. Extreme Diesel delivers. They have the tools and service for your Cummins, Duramax, or Power Stroke. You trust your truck to deliver on your needs, and you can trust your truck at Extreme Diesel. 6630 Alma Highway between Van Buren and Alma. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 651-3363. They're bilingual, now offering CP4 solutions for both Chevy and Ford.
Things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
Let's see. Leaky faucet Tuesday. Water flooding the yard. Better put that down for the middle of the month when the bills aren't due.
Honey, what are you doing?
Planning our plumbing problems, of course.
You can't plan our plumbing problems, but you should plan our plumber.
What do you mean?
Like all important contacts, I keep West Ark Plumbing in my phone. They're always there when we need them, and they don't overcharge since they know we don't plan our plumbing problems. Here, honey, here's their number.
646-5151. Thanks, babe.
West Ark Plumbing. We keep you flowing.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC finals. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
Big C, Colton Little, got the Hall of Famer fisherman Clay Henry here with us. We talked about Arkansas and Texas A&M. We'll get into that more later. We'll get into some of these other games too. Here's a nugget for you. SEC road teams in league play are 7-1 so far. Now I know this isn't a road game coming up tomorrow, but I just thought that was an interesting stat, guys.
Yeah, that's definitely a big plus to have. I think Arkansas going on the road last week was a big win for us to be able to continue to do that. And so SEC teams, man, going on the road, it's tough to go to an SEC environment as well. So that number will probably cannibalize itself a little bit later on in the year, man. But oh man, it's tough to play in this conference week in and week out. And I think this whole thing going on with AT&T Stadium, I'm excited to get this Southwest Classic game back to campus. I remember when Johnny Football came in, I think that was 2014 or so. This was back when I was doing stuff for the Gentry High School cheer program. They allowed us to sell programs during the game, so I would sell programs for all of about 10 minutes, and then I would sell out my whole box in 10 minutes, of course, and then find my way to the box seats if they were open. So I watched us almost beat Johnny Manziel up there in 2014, and that atmosphere during that game was amazing. We need to have that back on campus soon.
One thing I can't say, I've never been to an Arkansas Texas A&M game. I've been to Jerry World for Cowboys games, but I've never been to an Arkansas Texas A&M game, and I don't think I'll ever get to, because I think they're disbanding after this year. Another game I kind of want to bring up is the Georgia at Alabama. I mean, it's really
biggest game of the season so far.
It's a heavyweight fight, Clay, and I don't know that this doesn't really have the playoff ramifications that it once did. Now with the 12-team expanded playoff, but nonetheless, a big game at least for the SEC.
Yeah, I think this is where the new Alabama coach gets to earn his pay, and we'll find out if if he stacks up, because he's going to be measured to both Nick Saban and Bear Bryant. They don't expect anything else, but this is where it all happens when you play Georgia, or when you play Auburn if you're at Alabama, or you play Tennessee. It's how you're measured. And Kirby Smart, until last year, had Alabama's number in that game. We'll see how this goes. But I kind of like Georgia in this game. I think they're better defensively. But is Jalen Milroe the better quarterback? Carson Beck he's just been average, pedestrian. And I wonder if Georgia has slipped a little bit in the playmaker position. They're still really good defensively. But I don't see a tight end like Brock Bauer, or anybody at receiver like McConaughey.
Or running back, Clay. Or running back.
Yeah, they're okay there. I'm sure these guys were 4 and 5 stars, but they don't look like they're electric. We'll see. But I think that Alabama will have a really hard time moving the ball, and I think Milroe is going to be under constant pressure. I don't know that Alabama has really shored up their offensive line, but this is where the season starts for the run to the playoff. This is a game where one team is going to step up, and one team is going to find out that they're going to have to make it the hard way, which is I call it through the losers bracket, so to speak. They're not going to get a bye. They're not going to be that team that is sitting pretty at the end of the SEC championship, because this is a measurement game, a barometer game, and this is the same thing for Arkansas in a different way. The Arkansas Texas A&M game. One of these teams is going to be 2-0 in the conference, and that's important. I mean, it will set Arkansas up for a good season. Their confidence will soar, and they'll be tougher to beat. Every time you win, you become tougher to beat.
Absolutely, Clay. And, I think what you touched on right there with, Georgia maybe not having the same amount of playmakers, I think Alabama's kind of retooled their playmakers, and they've got some young kids, Ryan Williams, and a lot of their receivers that have really impressed me through the first couple weeks of the season. What you said about Milroe being under pressure, I think that is going to end up being kind of the key facet of the game. Is this Georgia defense the same Georgia defense we've seen? They played well against Kentucky. They held their own. They did great. Haven't really played anybody else, too much all season. They kind of overwhelmed Clemson in that first week, and Clemson obviously was having some struggles. But I think that this Georgia defense, they're going to be good. But Alabama at home, man, I don't know. I don't know if I can take them up against it. Christian, what else we got going on in the SEC?
We got Oklahoma at Auburn and Mississippi State at Texas. Two games they're not really flashy games, I guess. all three of those teams have issues. Texas seems to be rolling. I know Texas is favored by like 38. I wouldn't expect them to win by that much in their first SEC game, but Oklahoma at Auburn, I guess, intrigues me a little bit more just because of the situation with Hugh Freeze. Clay, I know you have probably some thoughts on him.
Yeah, it's I think I expressed it
very well
earlier this week, and he had his problems with Ole Miss, embarrassed his school, embarrassed his family. To me, he's still the same guy. I mean, he didn't do that just once. That was a pattern that was uncovered, and so I kind of, every time he makes a statement, I analyze it. What's he trying to do? And the fact that he blamed his quarterbacks. I mean, he put the quarterbacks on the field. He trained them. I mean, he's a quarterback guy. If he wants to blame the quarterbacks, then he's pointing a finger squarely at himself. And I don't like coaches that are player blamers, so to speak. Blame yourself. Don't blame the players. And he talked about the players didn't make the plays in the game, that it would have been a victory. And if they play again 9 times, it would be a victory. Yeah, right, dude. I mean, it's that's a look at the mirror type thing. And I've got a good friend, Lewis Campbell, that coached at Alabama, and he said Bear Bryant said over and over, poor workers find fault with their tools. I think that applies to Hugh Freeze.
Well said, Clay. Well said.
Yeah, and I mean, for somebody to say that, I mean, it's not a good look for a coach. Most coaches don't say that. It just seems like
it's a lack of security.
Lack of security, lack of character, whatever you want to call it. It's not the way to go, and I don't think he's going to get anything good from that. It's been pretty negative. All right, we'll wrap this segment up, and we'll be back here with Fisherman Clay Henry, me and C45 here on the Morning Rush.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
I love listening to y'all. You're a really intelligent group of sports broadcasters.
You're listening to the Morning Run.
It's a stunning way to go somewhere new in the 2024 Buick Encore GX from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Right now, get up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers on the Buick Encore GX. The Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% on the 2024 Buick Encore GX. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Touchdown, Razorbacks!
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center with exciting news. Backed by popular demand, state sales tax paid when you trade on our huge inventory of road-ready certified vehicles. That's right. This month, get the best used car your money can buy, road-ready certified with warranty, and get your state sales tax paid when you trade. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, just north of Phoenix on Towson, Fort Smith.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Every morning in hardworking America, Hardee's biscuit makers rise to bake you Hardee's original made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits. Famous since 1977 and still baked fresh every 15 minutes. It's not the easy way, but it's the only way to make Hardee's breakfast so good. Like our mix-and-match handcrafted breakfast biscuits. Select items now 2 for $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Gelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
With quality, price, and comfort you like, and savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Gelco.
For hard work and the great outdoors.
Hanging out at one of my favorite places, Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway in Van Buren. Grant Neal is here, and Grant, I wanted to tell you, I'm not sure if you know or not, but my wife brought her vehicle in, her SUV, for service the other day, and she gets a video, and they're going over her brake pads, her tire depth, her air filter, all this stuff. As she gets the video, gets to see exactly what they're doing with the vehicle. It's great.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's something that we've been working on. We want to deliver a personalized experience to our guests when they come in for service, and one of the things we're doing is showing these video inspections. It's a transparency effort, it's for honesty, and it's to be able to show you your vehicle and really get to see, like, wow, that is my car up there, and allow the experts to go over it with you. So I'm glad you enjoyed that. We're proud of that.
You've got tires, too.
Absolutely. We pride ourselves at being a big tire retailer. We work with a local tire retailer and the GM Tire Network to make sure that we have all the best brands at any price point for all the vehicles that we have.
Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway in Van Buren. Prices you'll love, people you can trust.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
I listen every morning. It's a great show on my way to work.
Off the zone read, it's Jackson again, backside into the end zone, touchdown, Arkansas.
Subscribe to the Bud Light Morning Rush podcast. Go to hitthatline.com or search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to rate, review, and share.
You heard Jaquindon Jackson right there scampering in for the touchdown early in the Oklahoma State game right there on that rejoin. And, man, Jaquindon Jackson, what a great plus he's been so far this season for the Razorbacks, picking him up out of the portal in Utah, man. Every time from the very first time I saw him run against UAPB, I thought to myself, that's a pro running back right there. He's got the body type, speed, the quickness, the ability to cut. Man, we're really thankful to have Jaquindon Jackson here with us. But we've also got Clay Henry with us in this hour right here of the Morning Rush. One more segment, Christian. We have made it through the day. Nothing's on fire. We paid most of the bills. Clay Henry's still here. He hasn't walked off in frustration, and we are going to make it through, guys. But we got this huge Texas A&M game coming up. And one thing that we haven't really touched on that I think is important is we have not made fun of just how weird Texas A&M and their fans are. I'm going to play this cut for you.
Pump it, eggs. Pump it, eggs. 1, 2, 3.
Imagine grown men. They're in overalls. An empty stadium right now.
Eric Dickerson summed it up.
I'm not even going to play the entire cut of that because it's
Eric
literally
Dickerson
4 minutes
at the
long.
Touchdown Club, he summed it up pretty well.
It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And every time they cut to that stupid dog over there, the only thing I can think of is this. It's not a stupid dog, but I mean, you know, the border collie and everything, man. Texas A&M, that little cult thing they got going on over there, it's super weird. Super weird.
If you've ever been to their campus, you guys probably have not. I mean, I've been in 20 or 30 times probably, over the last 40 years. And you walking on the sidewalk and then you see, hey, I want to go over there, and it means leaving the sidewalk and going across a nicely mowed grass, just like a golf course. I mean, the Aggies, their agriculture school, they can grow grass, and it's perfect. And you just take about 3 steps, and about 10 people go ballistic. No, you can't walk on the grass. What did God put grass on this earth to do? It's to walk on. They don't get it. I mean, they just don't get it. So, are you guys ready for an Aggie joke?
Yes, Clay, bring it.
Yeah, they were going through, a building on campus. This gorgeous brick building, and they found in this closet, they found the skeleton, and there's a sign on the door. It says 1938 hide and seek champ.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, they honor their traditions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Man, it should be a good game this weekend. You're going to have, and it may feel a little far-fetched to say that, we've got weird traditions and stuff like that. We do the Woo Pig Suey, but man, that's normal, and that's inspiring. What they're doing, I mean, they're waving their hands around. They have choreography, and it's more than just one step. It's a little weird, and
We all have cheerleaders. They have yell leaders.
They have yell leaders.
They look like a milkman.
They do. I see, and the outfit. Maybe if they were in normal attire, maybe it wouldn't look quite so strange. But they go out there and they have the strange little outfits, and they're like overalls, and some of them, they look like fake militants sometimes. It's just it's definitely one of the weirder things in all of college sports. But now, just not to knock on them, 101,000 people at Kyle Field is definitely a sight to behold. But man, they all just look super weird sometimes. Sorry to any A&M fans out there, but not sorry. We're gonna kick your butts tomorrow. End of the story.
Yeah, I think this is a big game for Arkansas, obviously, and I think everybody kind of senses that. And if they're able to get this win, go to 4-1. I mean, we don't have to put a number on it, but I think there's potential for this to be above what we expected type of season, at least most people.
Let's just look at it for preseason expectations. Where did people think this team could go against this schedule?
Oh, we thought we were going to go 5-7 and 4-8, Clay. I said 5-7 in August.
Yeah, but it's like, all right, what's your goal? Is to get to a bowl game. And, to have a meaningful game at the end of the season, a bowl game. That's the goal of all college football teams. Well, how do you do that? Well, the first little goal that you set is to go 4-0 in non-conference. Well, you lost the Oklahoma State game, so you're not going to get 4 non-conference. So to get 6 wins, that means the max you can get in non-conference is 3. They're probably going to do that. They still got 1 to go. But that means they got to get 3 conference wins, and their 8 conference games are all tough. You can say Mississippi State is sitting out there is a nice little cherry to put on your ice cream, and that would be where you would clinch a bowl trip, ideally. But to do that, they got to win 2 more. So they got Auburn. Well, there's a nice start to get to that Sunday and have that cherry on top when you play Mississippi State. Be able to play for a bowl game then. So you got to get another one somewhere along the way. Well, there's not any easy ones. And this is one that I think is winnable. I mean, when I watched A&M play against Notre Dame, and I did not think Notre Dame was a juggernaut. I didn't then, I do not now, and that's turned out to be true. I mean, you lose to Northern Illinois, there's a problem. So I thought, well, that's a game they've got a chance to win. And it's in a neutral site setting where Arkansas should have, 30, 35,000. A&M will probably have 30, 35,000. That'll be your 60,000, in attendance. And Arkansas will have half. I think there'll be some, excitement for that game. I think there's, the Arkansas players want to play in AT&T Stadium. But this is a game that takes on extra meaning because you could be a huge step closer to getting 6 or 7 wins on this season.
Absolutely, Clay. I think that, going into the season, we didn't really know what I was going to stack up. And you obviously, like you said, you wanted to get those non-conference games. We knew Oklahoma State to get that win would be a tough uphill battle. But now looking at the schedule, everything is kind of it's just going to have to how it all shakes up. But, man, this A&M game and this series – It's just so strange. It's had some really weird ebbs and flows as it's gone on. Tom Murphy was with us yesterday on the Morning Rush, and he kind of talked a little bit about how the Texas A&M and the Arkansas series before Frank Broyles became the coach was kind of an even thing, and then Frank sort of took it over for a while. They rattled off several straight. I got some old clips here I wanted to pull from Arkansas and A&M back in 1969 for your listening pleasure this morning.
Razorbacks scored 5 of the first 6 times they had the ball against an always tough Aggie defense. And they wasted no time getting moving again as Montgomery hits tight end Pat Morrison with an 11-yard jump pass. Walker fullback Bruce Maxwell takes the handoff and rambles for 9 yards. Burnett follows the lead of Maxwell with a quick strike for 9 yards. And again, it's the big play duo, Montgomery and Dicus teaming for a 23-yard gainer to the Aggie 16-yard line. 3 plays later, Montgomery finds the elusive Dicus wide open for a 10-yard touchdown pass, and the Razorbacks were off and winging against Texas A&M.
Arkansas went on to win that game, but Clay, as the years went on, that series kind of evened up just a little bit. And then once Texas A&M came into the SEC, they had our number. So, Clay, what's the series kind of been like for you? I know you wrote an article about it, and you talk about just how much it means to you and how much you enjoy getting to go down and watch this game at AT&T Stadium. So, what's it been like viewing this game over the years, from the SWC and now as they're both in the SEC? What's it kind of been like for you?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for playing that clip. I think that's from is that from the Mobile Oil
I do believe
Southwest
so.
Conference? They would do a yearly wrap-up of the big games in the conference.
That was the wrap-up video. That was the only footage that I could find with still some actual audio on it.
That might have been narrated by the great Kern Tips, but I'm not sure. I know he did it for a long time. He probably was. By the way, I did a Where Are They Now column for Hogs Illustrated that's online at Whole Hog Sports. Interviewed Bill Montgomery. We talked for about 3 hours a few weeks ago, and so that piece is online now. That I think people that remember the glory years of the late 60s and that time when Arkansas had Bill Montgomery running the offense was that'll take you back a little bit to some great memories. But Montgomery is doing well, lives in Dallas, and I think he'll be at the game Saturday, according to a text I got this morning.
Clay, getting a little bit more into this game, I think stopping the run is going to be important, and as well as the secondary is going to. I think they're going to get tested a little bit, but talk about that, just the importance of stopping the run, and how do you think this secondary is going to hold up in this game? We know they had a great performance against Auburn, and it looks like you might get Hudson Clark back Saturday.
Yeah, I wonder what you do with him, though, because, I mean, how do you take the reigning SEC Defensive Player of the Week, T.J. Metcalf, how can you take him off the field? That's Hudson Clark's position, yet, this would be a really big game for Hudson. The last time to play in AT&T Stadium, his dad works for the Cowboys, and I think that, maybe you play them both. In preseason, you thought Hudson was going to be the guy that called the defensive signals and would have the wire in his ear, with with Travis Williams. So, maybe they split time, but it's a nice problem to have an extra safeties, and you don't ever know when somebody's going to go down. Hudson can play the strong safety too if Jaden Johnson needs relief. It's a game where you always start with who can run the ball and who can stop the run. That's oversimplifying. I mean, football is the ultimate team game. There's 22 guys out there. Sometimes the play that determines the outcome, it isn't an offensive or defensive play. It's in special teams. And this game has hinged on a kickoff return or a field goal that clangs off the upright, or any kind of little miscue in the kicking game. A fumbled punt has sometimes caused a deluge of points. So I think that anytime that you have a close game, and this one is kind of set up to be a 2 or 3 point game, it doesn't take but 1 or 2 mistakes for the game to flip. And turnovers have been that would you say the nail in the wheel that causes the leak. Sometimes it's a blowout. I mean, these turnovers. So, you hope your defense can continue to produce some turnovers. Your offense can be opportunistic. And it can be as simple as can you get somebody else besides, Armstrong going in the passing game? I mean, you can't ride that horse all season. You're going to have a Luke Haas or Broden or a Satania. Satania did step up last week. You got to give him credit for that.
Sure did.
But the special teams have been the part of this team that I've seen kind of an ebb and flow. Some weeks they have it, some weeks they don't. But there looks so. My hope for this team is that they just continue to improve, and that's how you get to a bowl game. You get better every week. If you find a leak, you fix it, and they seem to be doing that, but they still have a lot of little things that they seem to. You don't want to have to make 3rd and 10s and 3rd and 12s. You want it to be 3rd and short, and that's what they were doing early in the season. Is really performing well without lost yardage plays on 1st and 2nd down. So, yeah, you can say, to simplify it, the team that runs the ball and stops the run, has the great chance to win. But all those other things have been big in this series because it's 2 teams that both have talent. And I'm excited for this game. We're not going. We used to make it an annual trip and hang out in McKinney, Texas for the weekend. They have Oktoberfest with a bunch of polka bands and stuff. In fact, if you're in the McKinney area this weekend, stop into that old square. It's a pretty cool setting.
It is a nice place. My wife is from that area, and I love to get to go down there. It's a cool little spot.
Yep. So we're not doing that. I'll just be at home in Norfolk and watch the game from here with family. But it's this is one of those games that has a lot of special meaning because of the history. The part about playing Texas A&M. There's always been would you say a reward for this game? It's been where you beat Texas A&M late in the season, the old Southwest Conference days. That wrapped up a bowl trip a lot of times. Sometimes it sets you up for a shootout with Texas, which that 69 game, that was the week before Arkansas played, or 2 weeks before Arkansas played Texas in the big shootout. And there's been great players on the field by both sides. You can go through and look at the College Hall of Fame, and both teams are well represented in the College Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Clay. The implications and what could come down from this game is going to be important. I think as a Razorback fan, you feel like if you beat Texas A&M, that's going to be a pretty good season because usually that's the barometer for the success that we've had, especially in recent memory. I think you mentioned right there about, getting protection for Talon and trying to, continuously find consistency on offense. A lot of that falls on the shoulders of Talon Green, but some of it falls on the shoulders of one Bobby Petrino, who has never lost this game to Arkansas or Texas A&M as a part of either side. He didn't lose last year when he was the Aggies offensive coordinator, but when he was the head coach at Arkansas, they didn't lose either. And one of the most memorable ones that he was a part of was in 2011, a big comeback. Let's hear this.
Wilson. It's complete to Hamilton inside the 10-yard line. He lost the ball. Rolling around on the goal line. And Arkansas's got it. Arkansas, it appeared, had it, which would be a touchdown. It's a touchdown. Jarius Wright got to the football and covers it up.
Kobe Hamilton right there gets the pass on the home sideline, catches it, makes a move upfield, and gets the ball stripped from him. But Jarius Wright is right there to recover it. That puts the Hogs down by 2 after they were down by, I think it was 17 points going into the second half. And then on the next play, Tyler Wilson keeps it on a read option to tie it up. Arkansas goes down to score later on, and the Razorbacks ended up winning that game 42-38, a big win in 2011. But Bobby Petrino, man, he was kind of a key factor in that game, and he has got to get the offense going and being as consistent as they have. Clay, you mentioned Luke Haas, and we've kind of been asking around all season, when are we going to get Luke Haas involved? And Coach Pittman's been asked this question several times. He's given the same answer almost every single time. This is what he had to say on Sam Pittman Live on Wednesday.
Certainly, with the Bobby Petrino offense, we know look at Andrew. We know who to try to get the ball to. Luke happens to be one of those guys, and we believe in all our guys out there running routes. He has to be one of those guys. We call it for whatever reason, whether they're rotating the coverage over there, whether he doesn't get open, or whether we don't have time to throw it. We know what we have in Luke Haas. We know it, and we're trying to use him, and we'll continue to do that. And I expect that he'll start getting his catches here very, very quickly.
You talk about that right there. And, Luke, like you said, Luke's getting open, but Luke's also really valuable in the run blocking game as well. And so Talon Green, it kind of falls on him to be able to get him the ball. And in order to do that, you got to have all 5 linemen able to protect, a running back that might be in there too. And so I feel like it's just not been the best culmination of everything going right all the time to get Luke Haas the ball. But also some of that falls on Talon Green. And Clay, in your column this week, you talked about how important Green would be, but not only just because he has to get better at throwing, but just how important that is those third downs have been that he's been able to convert.
Yeah, and when you're talking about quarterback play, one of the big aspects is what he does between that 15-second time where the microphone from Bobby is turned off and he's got to look at the defense, and then he's got to make a check to change the protections so that he can get the ball to Luke Haas when he's open.
Talon's got to be better about that.
Yeah, there's been some glitches in that, and they've missed some guys, and they haven't slid the. You have to slide the protection the right way, and the defense stems, and so some of it's unluckiness, and then there's some times where maybe he wasn't open. And you can see he's been targeted by the play call, and that's the first option. But he's not open. Maybe there's 2 guys that have stepped in Talon's eyes where he says, I can't throw it there. So it'll happen when it happens, I guess. And that's the tough part of football is that. What you want to do may not be what the defense allows you to do. And the worst thing you can do is try to force it into those situations. So you give Talon credit for that. Looks like Luke's been a little frustrated, and maybe he's been used more as a blocker in this offense for protections. But what I think has to happen in the pressures is that they've got to hit some screen passes. They've got to hit some plays that diffuse the pressure and force teams to play in coverage instead of try to attack the pressures. And I think they can do that, and I think Bobby's offenses traditionally have been good at that. And you have to just remind yourself you're 4 games in to a new offense, to a lot of new players in a new system and new coaches. And so there's got to be some growth. And we're in a time where all teams are like that. You're in an area of college football or a period or an era where it's constantly changing from one week to the next sometimes. Just think about UNLV. Their quarterback walked away from the team over an NIL disagreement. I mean, who would have ever, if you 10 years ago you say, oh, we got to worry about a quarterback quitting in the middle of the year because he didn't get his payments. And you're like, what? But that's the norm now. That's what we're all asking when we're watching. Is the guy happy or is he mad? Is he been getting paid too much? Is he a KJ Jefferson where he's sitting on his laurels, or is he a guy that is disappointed that he's not getting paid? Well, the way to combat all that is, if you're a player, is just go out there and make more big plays, and they got to pay me. But it's you go back to the week of the Oklahoma State-Arkansas game where Mike Gundy says, I'm not talking to agents anymore. All this is over until the season's over. Well, when would you have thought a coach would have to say that? I mean, just
the world is certainly changing in college football.
Yeah,
man.
so it's going to continue to. So this season, we're still evolving to figure out who's got what. Yeah. But, hey, it's fun to watch. I mean,
Sure is.
It's what we're talking about.
Sure
so
is,
it must
baby.
not. Yeah.
Real quick, Clay, as we're closing out here on the Morning Rush, me, Big C, and the Hall of Famer Clay Henry, the quarterback position for Texas A&M, I know we probably won't know anything until game time. Do you have any sense of who they may go with?
Well, they probably want to play Wigman, but it looks like he's a little bit suspect. Doesn't he? And he fighting it through an injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probable today, I think. Or quite.
I don't think it really matters that much. I mean, the other guys, is it Ezel? Is he more of
Marcel Reed?
Yeah, he's more of a runner. But I think that for Arkansas, it'll be more about themselves than it will be about who the quarterback is. I think they can adjust to either one of those guys.
Yeah, I think you're
Sorry,
right.
the names escaped me. I apologize.
No, I appreciate you, man. You were here and you helped us, made it through. We
Yes.
weathered the storm, Christian. The music is playing.
Hey, they're
nothing fired, and it's all going well.
I hate to tell you this, but y'all have done so good. They're going to ask you to do it.
Yeah, I
again.
know. We're gonna have a slot every week and everything like that.
Those
We do
boys are
awesome.
going to play. They're going to go off and play a lot more.
A lot more golf, a lot more business meetings, a lot more weddings for Tide. But
no question.
Yeah, thank you, Clay, man. We appreciate you hopping on with us this morning. It's been such a great time, guys. We really appreciate everybody that's called and texted in. Christian, man, it's been awesome, dude.
Dude, Colton, you've been great. You make it easy, and not too bad for our first 2-hour show together. It's something fun, and we may get a chance in the future to do this as well.
You will. You will.
And don't forget, guys, we got Arkansas game day coming up. The pregame to the pregame starts at 9 o'clock on Friday morning, and then on Saturday morning, and then on Saturday evening after the game, 1 hour afterwards, you got Hog Reaction with the one and only legend number 9, Matt Jones, Ty Richardson to follow. Guys, thanks for listening. It's been the Morning Rush for Clay Henry, for Colton Little, for Christian Johnson. Signing off, guys. It's 9:10:53. Have a good one.
All right, boys. Nice job.
The Fenceman does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential.